Morning po sa ating lahat. So this video is being created to eventually reiterate the figures that has been presented in your material in our lesson 2. So we cannot move forward to our next lesson, which is the business forms and documents, if we will not be able to familiarize ourselves to the different figures or to the different evidences presented in lesson 2. So, pagbabalik tanaw lang po itong video na ito, nang sa ganon, mas magiging kabisado po natin yung mga supporting evidences when it comes to recording business transactions. So, in our lesson 2, we were able to tackle the application of accounting concepts and principles, which is apparently applying or aligning it into the accounting cycle. So, the first thing to do when it comes to creating financial statements is, of course, the preparation. Okay? So, in the preparation, a part of the accounting cycle, the first thing to do is, of course, the evidence gathering to support such business transactions. So what are these evidences? So there are examples that are being presented in your material in lesson 2. So by the way, maalala ko lang po, kung matatandaan po ninyo, tinanong ko po kayo dati kung ano pong parte ng siklo ng accounting ang pinaka-importante. Well, for me personally, isa sa pinaka-importante is, of course, the cycle 1. Why? Because this is the preparatory parts. In preparatory parts, you must be or you should be able to collect and, of course, to be able to acquire evidences in recording business transactions. This is the part where you will be able to identify the validity of each transaction of the business. Is it authorized and or is it official business? Okay? So, yun po yung sa tingin kong pinaka-importante sa siklo ng accounting cycle, because you cannot move forward to cycle 2, 3, 4 until 7 if you will not start with number 1. Okay? So, as simple as the idea of that. Okay? So, let's move on. So here is the first example of an evidence. This is what we call a petty cash voucher. This is actually presented in your material, page number 4. Okay? So, kung makikita po ninyo, this is a simple evidence only, indicating the person who sent or who delivered the letter to the client, and of course, the approval and the payment or the person who received the payment. So, kung makikita ninyo, this is a personalized evidence. So, ibig sabihin, this petty cash voucher ay po pwede pong i-personalize ng kada kumpanya. It doesn't necessarily mean na kung ito yung example, ay ito po yung ginagamit ng lahat ng kumpanya. So, other companies create their own. And one thing more, petty cash voucher, from the word itself, petty. Ibig sabihin, mga konting amount lang. It is an evidence that records, small amounts only. Hindi yan naabot ng libo. So more or less, may limit ito hanggang 500 pesos. Because if the money counts already into 1,000, they will be using checks na already. But for petty cash vouchers, in small amounts lang po. So, kung halimbawa man, katulad itong example natin dito, yung si manager, inutusan si messenger na magbigay ng letter kay client A. So, ang binigay lamang sa kanya is 16 pesos. Why? Kasi pamasahe lang naman ang kakailanganin ni messenger. So, since it is considered to be official business at yung i-deliver na letter ay for official business kay client, kaya po i-record ito as an official business transaction. Okay? Next, we have here an example of an official receipt. Okay? So, kapag sinabi nating official receipt, this is actually the evidence that is officially, no, officially in the name of the business. So, kung makikita nyo dyan, may TIN number, may VAT number, nandyan din ang pangalan ng business, nandyan din ang address, simply because that those are the usual or the simple, no, basis natin na ang evidence na ito ay valid. There's also that invoice number there, no? And of course, kung kanino ipapangalan ang address, and then kung ang date ng accomplishment or ng event kung kailan naganap ang business transaction. So usually, no, these are the inclusion inside an official receipt. Kung sa merchandising company, this is the appropriate example of an official receipt. And again, no, every company has its own format. Please take note that this is just an example. Okay? So, on the lower part, kung makikita nyo po dyan, no, nandyan po yung magre-receive ng units and or the ordered, no, materials for the company. So, this is just an example of the official receipt. Yung iba pong official receipt, aside from the invoice number, may official receipt number din po sila. Tapos, yung buong branch ng kanilang business. So, magkakaiba po tayo. Okay? Next, we have the what we call cash receipt voucher. This cash receipt voucher indicates now all the cash received by the business. Okay? So, kung merong matatanggap ang ating business, like for example, sales, meron siyang sales sa isang araw o meron siyang napagbentahan, dito po nila ire-record. So, from the term itself, cash receipts, lahat ng na-receive na cash for the business in a particular day, dito po ilalagay sa cash receipt voucher. So, of course, no, hindi mawawala ang prepared by, ang checked by, and approved by. Because on this part, this is the validity, no, area of the voucher. So, hindi po pwedeng mawala dyan. Okay? Another is the number. Okay? On the number 12-0705, yan po ang reference number niya. Okay? So, in case of wrong entry later or wrong input of the values or the amounts, madali lang pong hanapin itong cash receipt voucher na ito through the reference number. So, as you can see, nandyan yung particulars, debit, and credit. Okay? So, further later on, we will be defining the debit and the credit later on. So, naka-entail din po dyan yung mga OR numbers. Okay? So, again, this cash receipt voucher is an example template. So, again, company can design its own template base po sa kanilang mas madaling pagkakaintindi at mas appropriate po sa kanilang form of business organization. If it is single proprietorship, partnership, or corporation. Magkakaiba din po kasi yan. Well, of course, it should be approved by the BIR also. Next, we have the cash payment voucher. So, in cash payment, from the term itself, again, madadali lang pong intindihin ulit ito, no? This serve as an evidence to all the cash outflow of the business. Anything that the business will be paying will be recorded in this cash payment voucher in a particular day. So, halimbawa, nung July 15, 2013, nakikita po natin dyan, nagbayad po si Viner Incorporated kay Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company ng kanyang utility expense or the telephone expense which is worth 5,000 pesos. So, yun yung incurred expense for July 15, 2013. Okay? So, again, there is the reference number. Napaka-importante pa rin po yan. So, again, in case of misinput of values or the amounts. Again, napakadali lang hanapin kapag may reference number. Then, on the lower part, of course, hindi po pwede mawala si prepared by, checked by, and approved by for validity purposes. Now, if such evidence has no signature, pangalan na ang nakalagay doon sa prepared by, checked by, and approved by, it is not valid at all. It is not authorized. And take note, dapat lahat yan, no, hand signatured. Hindi po pwedeng electronic. Okay? So, lagi po kapag gusto nating maging valid ang ating, no, ang ating evidences, dapat hand signature or handwritten signature. Okay? So, nasa lower part, receive check number as full partial payment of amount. So, kapag medyo malaki yung babayaran, no, the company can issue a check. Okay? The company can issue a check or either the company can issue cash. Okay? So, pwede pong both. So, for this example, nag-issue siya ng check for us to be able to identify an example of a bank check. So, kung makikita po ninyo, this is an example. Okay? This is just a designed example of a bank check. Again, iba-ibang format ulit ang cheque. Iba-ibang format simply because iba-ibang kumpanya. Well, it depends now already on the bank. Okay? So, I think they have the same format sa mga bangko. Kaya lang, ang pinagkaiba lang is the design. Okay? But yung content is parehas naman po. Okay? So, the check itself should be crossed to indicate that the check payment could only be deposited to the account of the payee. The check cannot be encashed. Example of cross check is already presented to you here in your monitor. So, yung dalawang cross or dalawang linya po dyan sa may upper left part ng check is indicating na ang checking ito ay ibabayad lamang sa account ng babayaran, which is the Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company. This check also indicates na hindi siya po pwedeng i-encash o ipapalit sa cash in the amount of 5,000 pesos. But mainly, no, this check is to pay for the utility expense incurred by Vianar Services in payment to the services of Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company. And of course, no, the check must be indicated with a signature. Again, it should be in a handwritten signature. Okay, so this is an example of a check. Next, we have the journal voucher. So, aside from the cash payment using the using the cash payment voucher, using the cash payment voucher, using the check, there is still another voucher that is being used when it comes to paying other expenses. So, pag sinabi nating journal voucher, this is used other than cash receipts, not provided by official receipts and cash payments, or even not supported by a check. So, halimbawa, nung ikaw ay nag-deposit sa bangko, usually kapag ikaw ay nagde-deposit kasi sa bangko, at hindi mo pangalan yung pinagde-depositohan mo, the bank usually charges 50 pesos and above. So, in this example, chinarge siya ng 350 pesos. So, again, this transaction is in a particular day event only. That is July 20, 2013. So, kada araw po ang nire-record dito. Okay? So, in paying the bank charges, wala naman po itong receipt. You just have to pay. So, inside the company, you must have to record the transaction in the journal voucher since it is in official business. Okay? So, ito po yung and again, wag natin kalimutan si prepared by, checked by, and approved by for the validity of the transaction or the evidence. Okay? So, those are the evidences that should be presented in a daily basis business transaction. Now, after receiving such or after collecting such evidences, we will now move forward to the summary of all this business transaction. Okay? So assuming that you've collected, that you've acquired or that you've recorded transactions for the month of July. Like for exams, you were able to collect 10 cash payment voucher. You were able to receive cash receipt voucher, journal voucher, official receipts, and petty cash vouchers. So dito na po tayo magpro-proceed. From an individual evidence, now let's move forward to a summarized evidence. Okay? So this is what we call now the cash receipt book, which contains all the cash received by the business entity and will now be journalized in this what we call cash receipt voucher. Okay? So this cash receipt voucher serves us now as a control measure of accounting officers para po sa kanilang business transactions. Of course, control measure po ito kasi nakasummarize na nga. Okay? So after checking the validity of the different evidences, individual evidences, dito sila mai-input. Okay? So assuming lang po assuming that there had been transactions July 1 to 30. Okay? July 1 to 30. So ito na po yung mga naka-indicate na transactions with their corresponding reference numbers and with their corresponding account titles that has been incurred in such transaction. So on the upper right part, makikita nyo dyan yung total debit and credit of all the cash receipt transaction of the business. So makikita nyo dyan. So on the first column, makikita nyo dyan yung month, date. Okay? So the month is July. The date is 1 to 30. So makikita nyo hindi po siya as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 30 simply because identified lang dapat yung business transaction dito. Hindi mo naman kailangang i-record ang July 5 kung wala namang business transaction na naganap sa araw na iyon. Okay? What is being recorded here are the dates kung kailan merong nangyari o naganap na transaksyon. Official ang isang business. Next column is the particulars. Okay? So particulars, usually kanino nang galing or kanino mo na-receive ang cash or sales of the business. So document reference number now, we are referring here on the reference number that is being indicated on the cash receipt voucher, cash payment voucher, and the journal voucher, the official receipt, and the petty cash voucher. So doon po natin kukunin yan. So the following columns now indicated the different accounts or the different account titles. Okay? So one more week, we will now be introducing this different, or we will now be defining this account titles. So I'm just presenting you an example. Okay? So cash on hand, may debit and may credit, cash in bank, the sales, accounts receivable, and other accounts, okay, which is the purchase, return, and allowances. So this is an example of the cash receipt journal. Another is the cash payment journal. So inversely, with the cash receipt journal, ang cash payment journal naman po is the book of accounts where the cash or the outflow or the cash outflow of the business is being recorded. Okay? or lahat ng expenses ng business or lahat ng ibinayad sa labas ng business, dito po, no, itinatalaga or isinusulat. So again, on the upper right part, we have there the debit and credit. These are the total debit and credits of your business transaction for the month of July, 1 to 30. So on the first column, we have the date again, the month and the date. So again, hindi mo kailangang i-record ang July 1 or other dates, no, kung wala namang nangyaring business transaction. What is being recorded here again ay yung mga araw lang na may transaction ang business. Halimbawa na lang, on ABC Enterprises, nandyan ang reference number 35526. Okay, nagbayad po tayo kay ABC Enterprises in the amount of 25,000 pesos. Saan? Sa bangko. Of course, we deposited it on the bank. And then, other expenses included, no? The rent expenses, transportation, and etc. Okay? So, on July 15, payroll, nandyan po nakatalaga yung 16,750. Okay? Now, this is included in the salaries and wages, or in the general admin expenses, the salaries and wages amounting to 18,000 pesos. Inclusion of this are the tax, the SSS, and the Pag-ibig, and many more. So, ito po ang example ng cash payment voucher. Next, the cash receipt voucher. Okay? So, other than the general receipt journal, the general receipt journal. So, other than the cash payment and the cash receipt journal, meron din po tayong mga general receipt. Meron din po tayong tinatawag na general receipt journal. So, this is most likely an example of a journal na kung saan, there are other assets that the company acquired, like for instance, depreciation, accumulated depreciation for the furniture and fixtures and other purchases. Okay? So, again, these three, the cash receipt journal, the cash payment journal, and the general receipt journal, are being designed by business on their own. Ibig sabihin, they can create their own template, in accordance to the business to the form of business organization. Okay? So like for instance, if it is single proprietorship, partnership, and or corporation. So depende po yan sa klase ng business meron sila. So they can create their own template. Okay, so after recording the individual evidences now recorded to the journal book. Okay? Now, it will be proceeding now to what we call posting. So, medyo mahaba-habang proseso po, So, after gathering such evidence, individual evidence, yung individual evidence mo na yun, i-record mo ngayon sa journal book. Ano yung journal book? These are now the cash receipt journal, the general receipt journal, the general receipt or the cash receipt journal, and the cash payment journal. Okay? And then right after recording in the journal book, magpro-proceed naman po tayo sa posting. Okay? So, the figures that is being presented here on the posting entry ay nanggaling po mismo dito sa ating cash receipt journal, cash payment journal, and general receipt journal. So, ito po yung mga yon. Okay? So, nakalagay dyan, this is where we get the figures. We get this from cash payment journal page number 1. Ayan. So, may page number po yung mga yan. So, kung makikita ninyo, individually, the account titles are being recorded individually. Like for example, the cash on hand, the cash in bank, accounts receivable, office supplies. So here, it's the summary. Now, we will then again individually record it. Okay? So the first column indicates, or the first row is the account title. The first column indicates the date, the particular. So usually, no, ilalagay natin dyan kung saan nanggaling yung 21,250. Okay? So magbabase ka sa cash receipt journal or the cash payment journal. Okay? So sa date, bakit 7.31 yan? That indicates that the transaction is for the month of July. Okay? So ilang buwan ang meron ang July. Okay? Or ilang buwan, sorry. Ilang araw ang meron ang July? Okay? Until 31. July 1 to 31. Kahit po walang transaction yung ibang dates ng July, no? We will still record lahat or the transactions that is within July, okay, indicates that it should be recorded in July 31. Okay? So, kahit hindi po lahat ng araw ay na-incur or nagamit for business transaction, still, no, pag sinabi nating 7.31, ibig sabihin that is for the month of July. Okay? So, the PR there is the post reference. Okay? Post reference or posting reference column. Dito po natin ilalagay kung saan nanggaling ang mga figures natin both on debit on the credit. Okay? So, kung makikita ninyo, okay, the first half of the figure is on the debit side and the second half, okay, or on the right side, half of the figure is the credit side. Okay? So, madali lang naman po yan mag-transfer. So, kasi kung makikita nyo po dito sa cash receipt journal, meron tayong debit credit dyan. Ito po yung cash on hand. So, ita-transfer lang po natin dito. Ayan. Okay? So, and then, so we have here page 1, 2, 3 already. So, tatandaan natin, in posting, uulitin ko lang, in posting, kasi magkakaroon tayo ng exercises dito. In posting, no, lahat ng account titles that is indicated on the cash receipt journal, cash payment journal, and general receipt journal will be individually recorded in the posting entry journal. Okay? So, cash on hand, cash in bank, sales, accounts receivable, purchase returns and allowances. Here naman, cash in bank, accounts payable, purchases, general admin expenses which include rent, transportation, office, meeting, miscellaneous, salaries and wages, the tax, premium, and pag-ibig. Dito naman, the Lola Bona payables, the depreciation of furniture, the purchases, and the accumulated depreciations. Okay? So, lahat yan, individual na i-record sa posting entry. Kaya naman, umabot ito ng hanggang page 18. So, lahat po yan, mga kapatid. So, please refer to your material and compare. Okay? So, the next, ayan. Assuming that we're already done, no, in recording or in posting entry. So, balik tanaw lang tayo, ano. So, kanina, collecting individual evidences. These are the cash receipt voucher, petty cash voucher, the cash payment voucher, the official receipt, and etc. After collecting such evidences, proceed tayo sa pagre-record ngayon or pagsasummary ng mga individual evidences na ito sa journal book. What are these journal book? These are the cash payment journal, the cash receipt journal, the general receipt journal. After recording on the journal, we will then move on to the posting entry. In the posting entry, individual nating i-record per account title. Okay? Then afterwards, after posting, papasok na tayo sa paggawa ng trial balance. So, mabusisi po ano? This is accounting. Okay? So, in the trial balance, no, makikita ninyo may 3 columns. Oh, don't forget, sa trial balance, dapat nakalagay ang pangalan ng kumpanya, the title of the form, and the date. Okay? The date, it is being incurred. The transaction is being incurred. So, nakalagay yan, July 31, 2013. Ibig sabihin, yung buong buwan ng July ang nakarecord po dito sa form na ito. Okay? Sa trial balance report po na ito. So, nakalagay dyan, 3 columns, the account title, debit, credit. Okay. So, sa pagre-record dito po sa account title, kailangan kung ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng inyong posting entry, yun din ang pagkakasunod-sunod na idedetalye mo dito sa account title. So, cash on hand, cash in bank, until on the last part, depreciation. Okay? So, napakasimple lang po nito. You'll just have to transfer the details from the posting entry now to the trial balance. So, like for example, cash on hand. Balik tayo sa posting entry. Okay? So, sa posting entry, kung makikita nyo dyan, meron siyang debit na 21,250 and credit na 5,750. Okay? So, kapag i-record mo yan sa trial balance, ikakopy mo lang. Okay? Ikakopy mo lang. Ilagay mo dyan yung debit and credit figures ng cash on hand. So, napakadali. Okay? You will just do that on the succeeding, until the succeeding parts of the trial balance. So, kung mapapansin nyo, okay, may PHP po dyan sa first, no, sa first part ng cash on hand. That indicates now that the money or that the value being recorded here in is peso amount. So, kahit yan, dyan lang po lagyan ng peso amount. Kasi pag nilagyan mo ng peso amount dyan, no, the succeeding amounts then is considered to be in peso amount. Ang kailangan lang dyan ng peso, peso symbol or peso, no, indication is the first figure, which is the cash on hand, and of course on the total. Okay? So, yun lang ang kailangan nating lagyan ng peso sign. Now, if you can observe, there are 0. Well, of course, okay, we are talking about money. So, kung walang indication dyan or walang figures dyan, you must have to put 0.00, indicating na walang figures dyan or walang indicated value dyan. Do not forget that. This is what we call trial balance of total. We are getting the total amount of the debited value and the credited value for the month of July 31. So, as you can see, balance po yung debit and credit niyan. Kapag balance yung total amount on the trial balance of total, ibig sabihin walang mintis, walang pagkukulang sa pagre-record mo from the individual evidences to the journal book to the posting entry until the trial balance. Now, kung hindi mo na balanse itong trial balance of total, naku, lagot ka. Kailangan mong bumalik sa evidences mo. Kakalkalin mo ngayon lahat ng evidences mo and you are going to go back to 0. From the evidences to the journal book to the posting entry and again, trial balance. And it doesn't end here. Kasi right after you are finished on the trial balance of total, magpro-proceed ko ngayon sa trial balance of balances. So, what is trial balance of balances? Okay, under this type, no, you're just going to get the difference between the debit and the credit. And place the difference under the column having the greater value. So, the trial balance of balances, kakailanganin mo lang kunin yung difference ng debit and credit mo. So, yun ang tinatawag nating trial balance of balances. At yung difference, kapag minus mo ang debit and credit from the trial balance of total, ay ilalagay mo ngayon sa kung saan ang mas mataas ang value. Like for example, on the cash on hand, 21,250 pesos minus 5,750 pesos. Now, the difference is 15,500 pesos. Okay? So, in the example, nakalagay po sa debit. Bakit? Because ang mas mataas na value meron ang cash on hand is on the debit side. Kaya doon nyo po ilalagay sa debit part. Okay? Likewise, in cash in bank, 5,750 pesos minus 70,250 pesos. So, the difference is 64,500 pesos. Again, it was placed on the credit side kasi mas malaki yung value ng credit side ng cash in bank. So, same goes, no? Same goes will be done until the last part of the trial balance of balances. So, kung mapapansin nyo on the different side, no? On the different side, balance ulit yung 92,000 pesos and the 106,000 pesos. So, walang problema sa pagre-record ninyo. Okay? So, this is now the trial balance of balances, no? Being presented a while back. So, ito na yung final. This is the, this is the example on how we get the difference. So, this is now the trial balance of balances. Okay? It is in the total of 92,000 pesos. So, hindi mo na kailangang ilagay yung 00 dyan. Kasi, you were able then to get now the difference. So, it's okay na to put 00 here because we've already tried to figure the balances. Okay? So, thank you. Those are the evidences or those are the sample evidences that later on you will be doing. Okay? So, maya-maya po, magpo-post po ako ng activity regarding, posting and trial balance. So, let's have a simple assessment or let's have a simple practice, on how to do it before we move forward to identifying and defining the different account titles and later on journalizing. So, there will be an assumed journal book later on and then simple exercise lang para ma-practice lang po natin before moving on to problem solving. Kasi mas madugo na po yung problem solving later on. So, practice muna tayo and then application later on. So, that's it everyone. Maraming salamat po.